Hello and welcome back to She's at the Vicarage. So May motivation came to an abrupt end, and that's because at the end of May I got to enjoy a beautiful holiday in Menorca with my family. It was a lovely week that we spent, but the week leading up to it was incredibly busy. I don't know if any of you are like that when you're getting ready to go on holiday, work seems to double. You try and get everything done before you go. I wanted the house spotless before we went as well. My husband jokes that our house is always tidiest when we're actually on holiday, but that probably is the case. So May, I did get some jobs done, but I didn't actually manage to upload them to show you. So here are some of the jobs that I got done in May before we went away to Menorca. I've realised that one of the things, one of my characteristics perhaps, is that I like starting jobs. I like thinking what needs doing, like motivation, but I'm not very good at completing tasks. And so I am really happy that I got round to completing this task. I painted the table early on, probably in the late winter, early spring, but the bench didn't match. So I did paint some of the bench, but I went back to paint it entirely, to paint the bottom half of it. So the whole of the bench is completed and painted, and it looks really good in situ. I am now starting to think about maybe making some cushions to go on it, and I do need to paint the matching chairs. They don't stand out so much that they're a different colour, but I've still got some paint left, so maybe at some point this summer I will paint the chairs as well. But the bench definitely, and the table, were most in need of some paint to overcome the rust that you can see that was forming on the bench. And so that was one of the first jobs I got done. Okay, so one of the jobs I need to do is clean the oven, but I've also been putting off cleaning the cool box that you can just see there in the bottom of the picture. It's literally just sat here in the kitchen for probably 2 weeks. So let's start by cleaning the cool box and put that outside to dry, and then we're going to start cleaning the oven. Outside to dry. And then it's on to the oven. I cooked last night for my family, then took my son swimming. My husband just decided to just leave the chips in the oven, so they've only been there one evening, but that's gross, isn't it? So let's get rid of that first. I guess I suppose the good thing is that he didn't leave it on. Okay, the oven. The tray is cleaned out. Put those in here to soak. Okay, so we've acquired quite a few oven cleaners over the time. So I'm going to try and use up the Sainsbury's oven cleaner. I'm going to use the stainless steel cleaner on those racks, and then use the Mr. Muscle cleaner if the Sainsbury's doesn't work. Try and reduce down all that we have. So let's just spray these while I work on the rest of the oven. Okay, they can just be soaking in that. Yes, you're right, I need to keep gloves on. Would not believe how sensitive my hands are, and yet I'm ridiculously silly about not wearing gloves. Let's get these gloves on. Let's try and clean this oven. Put the skirt down the front. Just put some kitchen towel on the floor to protect the floor. Get the floor a little bit. Now my good news is this foil works beautifully, and so that has called. The foil has caught some of the gunk, so it shouldn't be as bad as it's been in the past. Doesn't mean it's not bad. What does it say? Leave for 5 minutes. Oh, that's good. So just 5 minutes. That's quite good. don't think that can deal with that. I think the stainless steel cleaners are goner. Not goner. The stainless steel cleaner's clearly not the job for that. So let's try Mr. Muscle on this. See if that does a better job. Then it was on to cleaning the actual oven. And so there's the oven door. Not perfect, but 1,000 times better than it was, and I'll have to work on that. Sorry about the washing machine in the background spinning, but I'll work on that in the future. And then I've got the shelves back to silver and clean foil on the bottom. So that's the oven completed. The next planned job I had for May was to clean out my fridge. It's always good to do it just before you go away, but I wanted to get my fridge nice and clean and tidy before we went away. So here I am. Always is one of those jobs that makes me happy to look at when it's done. But as you can see here, there's one other job to do with the fridge, and that's that this handle is wobbly and slightly broken. And so I wanted to get that fixed as well. So another little job completed. Firmly fixed on, and we're moving out into the garden. And in the garden I was determined that I was going to clear the rest of this vegetable patch, as it were, and plant out my beetroots and my onions so that they wouldn't die while I was away. And so I slowly cleared it, slowly planted them out. There we have my onions growing all the way down to my runner beans. And now we're back in June. And then one job I got done when I got back was to start sorting through the porch. It was zone 1. I'm starting again with the Fly Lady system, and zone 1 is the porch, the dining room and the garage. And so I started with the porch, and one little job in the porch was to change the cushion, to remove our spring cushion. Now we're moving into summer. You can see the summer is the bright flowery bit of material there. The flower cushion is our summer cushion. I have done a video on making these, I'm sure, the seasonal cushions. So we've got Easter and autumn on the back. And then we've got our Christmas one and our summer one. And it's time for the summer one on the shoebox. And so that was a good little task completed when I returned from my holiday. And then I decided to sort through the shoes. I've got a variety of shoes to sort through. These flip-flops were bought by my husband and myself when we went to a spa. We forgot our own flip-flops, but actually the reality is we will never wear them again. It's a cost that we incurred, but we aren't going to wear them again. So I could pass those on to someone else to enjoy it this summer. I do have 2 pairs of trainers there, and really I should be one in, one out. So I don't actually declutter those trainers. I do declutter those flip-flops because they've been grown out of. And these shoes coming up are definitely well worn and also can go. But I am very wary about decluttering too much stuff now. those flip-flops also can go. I'm definitely wary about decluttering too much stuff now, because I'm aware that in November I want to do the November declutter again, and I'm scared there won't be enough stuff to declutter in the house, which is probably a bit ridiculous, because there's always things to declutter, because there's always things coming in to our house. But I'm slowly working through, sorting through this shoebox, finding a little bit of the door there, and then a random screw as well. I am starting to wonder whether maybe there's a better solution for our shoes than this shoebox. I inherited this shoebox from my mum, and I really love it, and I love having a seat in the porch. But the reality is it's not large enough now for our shoes. Now our children have grown up and got big feet. All the shoes take up a lot of room, and if you can just see behind me into the hallway, the little snippet into the hallway, you can see that a lot of shoes get dumped in our hallway. So probably we need a better solution in the porch. If you've got any suggestions of shoe storage that you think would work really well, so I could encourage my family to take their shoes off in the porch and not walk in and take them off in the hallway, I'd really appreciate that. So do let me know your thoughts on that. But that was a good job done sorting through the shoebox. So the cushion's going back on. Then I'm just going to let you know that I'm decluttering the 3 pairs of flip-flops that I suggested. I'm going to send those to the charity shop, because I think there's a lot of wear left in them. They've hardly been worn. And then the other pair of flip-flops and the shoes are going to go in the bin. And so there you have it. They were some more of the jobs that I completed in the May Motivation. June sped by without me really being able to blink, but hopefully as we move into the summer months, in the next few weeks I'm going to share with you some more little jobs that I'm getting done around the house. Actually not little jobs, but bigger jobs, bigger projects that I'm working on. I look forward to sharing those with you. So thank you for joining me. Sorry I've been away for ages. Hopefully I'll now be a bit more regularly featuring on YouTube. But if you haven't so far, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you again. Take care. God bless.